my service learning final. My service learning was done at Arbor Ridge K through 8. So Arbor Ridge K through 8, or Arbor Ridge School, was established in 1989, and you'll see here that their vision and mission are actually the same as the Orange County Public School vision and mission. The demographics are approximately 756 students with about 138 ESE and 77 gifted. But also they have several accolades. They're a 5-star school, a Golden and Silver School Award winner, a Magnet School of America School of Excellence, Florida Department of Education School of Excellence, OCPS School of Innovation, and they are Red Ribbon certified. And also I wanted to give some credit to both the teachers and administrators that have been so great. I spent most of my time with Mrs. McCabe in 3rd grade. So in 3rd grade, she teaches every subject except specials. Down at the bottom left, Ms. Sabarwal, 4th grade. She primarily focuses on language arts and social studies. Then on the right, you have the principal, Mrs. DeMars, and Mr. Duncan and Ms. Brinzo, the assistant principals. So here you have just a snapshot of the lesson plan. I will have to attach the full lesson plans for both teachers because, oh my, they were quite large. But as you see, I call out accommodation standards and assessments. The accommodations are based on, 504 IEPs, ELL students, or gifted status among the students. Now the standards are, so the language arts Florida standards are LAFS, Florida Common Core standards for math or MACC, the Florida standards for health education, or in science and social studies, the Next Generation Sunshine State Standards, or NGSSS. Assessments in both classes in the 3rd and 4th grade are both summative and formative. Summative, one example would be portfolios, but formative, there are several examples. They were doing quizzes, practice tests, FSAs, and iReady. So as far as learners, intelligences, and accommodations, I observed a mix of visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners with primarily logical, linguistic, and intrapersonal intelligences. As you saw on the previous slide on the lesson plan, accommodations are written out there as well as in an IEP, and they are specific to each exceptional learner. Some examples would be, for instance, 504, small group setting, having directions read and clarified, being given extended time or offered alternative seating. Sometimes frequent breaks can be earned with desired behaviors, and that can be very helpful. Redirection and even visual reminders. For gifted students, in addition to research projects and cooperative learning, there are also other special projects that they can be given as long as they meet certain objectives. Now, ELL strategies can be repetition, demonstration or modeling, vocabulary focuses, thinking maps, manipulatives, being given extra wait time, as well as cooperative learning, pairing students up, and being given hands-on activities. And you'll see here in the graphics, I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of some of the flexible seating being used in the classrooms. And, it can make such a difference to some exceptional learners just to have a chair that they feel comfortable in. I found it to be fascinating. So in strategies and environments, I wanted to highlight both of the classes that I worked in. So you'll see on the left, the 3rd grade classroom, that is their reading area with flexible seating. This teacher really primarily used student-centered learning, and all of her students knew what they needed to work on and where they needed to be. And any students needing additional help were able to work one-on-one or in small groups with the teacher. Her classroom was very colorful, and it was a very open environment, primarily due to her small class count. Now in the 4th grade classroom, it was a mix of student-centered and teacher-centered education. Now her students were less organized and a lot more dependent upon her. They were not able to function without repeatedly being given directions. So it was a different environment for me to volunteer in. A handful of those students did require a small group setting on a daily basis. They simply could not function with the remainder of the class. Now her library space is very open, but due to her high student count, her classroom is rather packed. So as far as technology in the classroom goes, there are simple technologies such as individual whiteboards for the students to participate in a fun way in question and answer sessions, but all of the technology available really did seem to help to engage them, to teach them, and none of it was used excessively, so they really didn't seem to become bored with it, which I thought was great. So as far as the students go, I mean, they have iReady, they've got the smart boards that the teachers can draw on and play slideshows on. They've got Brain Pop and Ladybug, they use Launchpad, and not only do they have the desktops that you see here, but they also have availability of laptops because this school will be going digital next year for the elementary schoolers. And the teachers' technologies include the teacher toolbox, progress book, and CPOMs. And one thing the teachers did tell me was that their planning and grading technology is super helpful and really helps to streamline their work. I found the hidden curriculum in these classrooms to be super interesting. So what I'm focusing on here is the third grade classroom. And something that the third grade teacher did was she made responsibility a part of their culture. It's not part of the Orange County Public School or state curriculum, but it's part of their daily life, their curriculum. So not only do they need to follow rules, but they understand that they have to have jobs. They all are randomly selected on a weekly basis to do a different job, whether it's in the hallways, the classroom, or the cafeteria. And these kids actually like it. They now enjoy being selected to have a different job. Another part of her hidden curriculum is just encouraging independence. She has graphics such as the one here in the center that says, hey, is your situation on here? Then you can deal with it yourself. There is no need, unless you are on fire, to interrupt the class. And I think that's awesome because in real life, independence is very important. And on the far right, you'll see that there are rewards for good behavior. And this really gets those kids excited about doing the right thing, even if it means that at the end, the prize is something tiny. To them, it means everything. So what this teacher does is called Class Dojo Club. And as the students earn a certain number of points and they get into a new bracket, they win a new prize, whether it's they're allowed to bring a stuffed animal to school or she brings them a donut on Monday morning. I just think that system is great. So my personal classroom experiences were very, very positive. I assisted in centers, I worked in small groups as their teacher, I did some grading, and I also helped with classroom management. I really loved working with the students, even the ones that could be labeled difficult. It didn't matter. I really had a great time, and I always had a smile on my face when I came home. So that just reinforces to me that this was a great decision to join this program and decide to become an educator. I also enjoyed putting what I learned from the textbooks into perspective by just being in the classroom and saying, hey, I just learned about this situation, or oh my gosh, I now know what's going on behind the scenes. I loved that. And I really did learn a lot from both the teachers and the students. I love how you'll see this graphic in the center. These teachers were not only coaching students themselves, but they were teaching them how to coach each other, how to support each other and hold each other up. And I thought that was just great. And also these teachers worked incredibly hard to get their kids excited about achieving their academic goals. So I just wanted to highlight that as well. So yes, Arbor Ridge is dynamite. Was 20 hours too much? No way. I have already put in more than the documented 20 hours, and I will continue to do so for the remainder of the school year. To me, the more in-class experience I can gain, the better. I don't see how it could be detrimental in any way. And was it helpful to be in a partner school? Definitely. Arbor Ridge School is a partner school, so they're very familiar with the service learning process. In addition, Arbor Ridge is my son's school, so the administrators, the office staff, and a whole lot of teachers already know me. They have been nothing but positive and encouraging, and they have gone above and beyond to offer any help that they can. Finally, Professor, here's my service learning verification form. I will attach it to the submission as well, just in case you need it attached for your records. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you. I've really enjoyed this class and I cannot wait to continue my education in education. Thank you.